coming to you from Schooner Estates.
Where are we?
We're on the road.
On the road.
It's the Lewiston, Auburn Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce Brewing Connections at Schooner Estates. Mark and Sarah with you on this Thursday morning. It's the Lydia's Lunch Bunch podcast with our new backing track. I love it. It's LA's afternoon morning show, everybody. We are covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
And today's show is brought to you by United Piping, serving residential and commercial customers with new installations and repairs. Call today and schedule your oil and gas boiler cleanings at 754-4556. UPI, the best plumbers around. Also brought to you by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it, squatch it. At 5 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com, and remember, the party starts at Ruper's.
We're going to be talking to some fantastic guests here at Brewing Connections coming up here in just a bit. Yeah. But before we get there, Sarah, what do you say we take a look at some headlines?
All righty.
For Thursday, May the 8th.
Sure thing. A fiery crash closed a section of Route 4 from Lower Street to County Road yesterday morning. A pickup truck crossed the center line and hit the fuel tank of an oncoming tractor trailer, causing fuel to spray the tractor trailer and catch fire. Both drivers were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries.
Central Maine Eye Care will close its offices at 181 Russell Street and 249 Main Street in Lewiston, effective May 29th. Owner and physician Dr. John Lonsdale is retiring after more than 40 years in practice. A message on their website, cmeyecare.com, provides more information for existing patients.
After a hiatus due to COVID, the Women's Hospital Association is back. The WHA has a long history of raising funds for critical medical equipment and programs at Central Maine Medical Center. The group is seeking people who want to make a difference in their community. Those interested can email giving@cmhc.org.
And the Greater Androscoggin Humane Society's Dash for Dogs raised over $18,000 to support the shelter's animals, programs, and services. The event attracted 243 registered participants and 61 canine companions.
We were there.
We were.
You had 2 canine companions.
I did.
And I brought Nick.
And Duncan got to stay home.
And Duncan got to take some photos and stay home.
I bet Duncan would have been more excited to participate, and Nick would have been more excited to stay home.
I think you're probably right. Oh, my goodness. That's probably true. Hey, do you want to whisper about the weather today?
Weather,
because the sun was shining, but don't tell it. We're going to see some clouds today with rain moving in a little bit later with a high of 65 and a low of 51. Rain tomorrow with a high of 54 and low of 47. And rain on Saturday with highs in the 50s. And sunny on Sunday with highs in the mid-60s.
In sports, the Celtics blew another 20-point lead and lost to the New York Knickerbockers 91-90 in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Boston is down 2-0 in the best-of-7 series. Game 3 is Saturday afternoon in New York.
So, come on.
Yeah.
Are they feta?
Woo.
Are they?
It appears.
Yeah, crumble
Maybe
under pressure.
They're just chucking too many threes.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to shoot from the parking lot nowadays. I don't get it.
Alex Bregman and Willier Abreu each drove in 3 runs to lead the Red Sox over the Texas Rangers 6-4. They'll play again this afternoon at 1:30 in Boston.
And our Maine Nordiques and the stinking Rochester Junior Americans are tied at 1 game apiece in their best-of-5 playoff series. The series now moves to the Colisee for Game 3 tomorrow at 7:30 and Game 4 Saturday at 4:30.
I'm very excited about these games.
It's going to be, the Colisee is going to be rocking.
It's going to be a rage job.
Like it has not rocked in many, many years. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. That is your news, weather, and sports. Mm-hmm. And right now it is time for the podcast segment that is Sweeping the Twin Cities. It's time for famous people birthdays.
All right.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
Let's take a look at FPBs for May the 8th, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You're like, I'm here. Might
I
as
mean,
well.
I don't know.
We're going to start off with Enrique Iglesias,
Enrique Iglesias.
who's 50 years old.
Oh.
He was the best-selling Spanish-language act of the 90s, and by the turn of the millennium, he made a successful crossover into the mainstream English-language market.
Wow.
Do you have any favorite Enrique songs?
I don't. I feel like he might have done To All the Girls I've Loved Before, but I could be thinking of somebody else.
That was his dad.
That was his dad.
Yeah.
See, okay, I was confused because I was thinking to myself, how am I only a year younger than Enrique Iglesias? It feels like he's been around forever.
Yeah.
But it's his dad.
It's his dad, yeah. His dad and Willie Nelson.
Right. Okay.
Talking about all the ladies
All right.
they bedded back in the day.
That's making sense now.
Melissa Gilbert is 61 years old today.
Oh, yeah.
You know her as Laura from Little House on the Prairie.
Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you watch that show?
Oh my God, I was obsessed with
were.
Little House on the Prairie as a child. Absolutely. I also remember her in the movie The Miracle Worker, which is the story of Helen Keller.
I remember that.
She was very good in that.
Yeah.
She was very, very good in that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Very good.
NFL Today commentator and former NFL coach and player Bill Cowher is 68 years old today. He has a chin of granite, Sarah. If you saw this guy,
Is it chiseled?
It's chiseled. It's like it's square at the bottom.
That's nice.
I think he uses that to get his point across.
Yeah.
And rounding out FPBs for May the 8th is drummer Alex Van Halen of, you guessed it, Van Halen.
Van Halen.
He is 72 years old today.
Yay.
And one of the co-founders of let's face it, one of the greatest rock bands of all time.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
You got any favorite Van Halen tunes?
Oh, I wouldn't say that I have any favorites because I'm not like a super fan or anything. But when it comes on, I'm like, oh yeah, I like them.
Oh yeah, these guys exist.
These guys are good.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are your FPBs. Now let's take a look at some OTDs.
All right.
15 years ago on this day in 2010, Betty White became the oldest person to host Saturday Night Live at age 88.
God, I loved Betty White.
How awesome was
She
she?
was amazing.
Right?
She had that was like a resurgence where people were like insisting that she be the host of Saturday Night Live because she was so beloved and she's so funny and she had never done it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that happened.
How does someone of that level of talent not get considered?
And it's not like she just came into the industry at the
been
age
around.
of like 80. She had been in the film and television industry since she was in her 20s.
Yeah.
Like she'd been here forever.
Yeah.
Why was she never on Saturday
What's up,
Night Live?
Lorne Michaels?
Yeah.
Get it together.
I tell you what, you have to see that movie, Lake Placid. I keep telling you.
Okay.
It is
We're gonna-
right up your alley.
We're going to come up with an agreement here.
Okay.
I'm going to watch Lake Placid,
Yep.
and you have to watch a movie of my choosing. And it has to happen on the same night, and then we'll get together and
Okay.
discuss the next morning
All
on
right.
the
It
podcast.
can't be anything like gruesome, though.
No. Come
Okay,
on.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay. 31 years ago today, Sarah,
Yep.
in 1994, hard-partying golfer John Daly won the Bell South Classic. He said it was the first time he had won a tournament sober.
Stop it.
And speaking of golf, I heard you're going to be taking some lessons.
Angie just reminded me that Chad Hopkins over at Apple Valley had mentioned he was going to start a women's golf kind of group on Thursday nights. And so she just reminded me it's starting up in June because I had mentioned to her that I was interested in learning how to play golf one day here, I think, at one of these networking events. And so I'm gonna give it a try. Maybe I'll try it John Daly style.
There you go.
Get super drunk first.
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, it's probably fine. No money's on the line,
You
right?
get arrested.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst,
Yeah.
right? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You get your name in the paper and everything.
Well, that happens all the time. Anyway.
It'll be a whole thing. 41 years ago on this day in 1984, Joni and Chachi got married on Happy Days.
Joni married Chachi.
I can't remember. Did Chachi wear a bandana around his
No.
tuxedo pants?
I don't
leg?
think so.
No? Okay.
No.
I thought he might. 49 years ago on this day in 1976, the theme song to Welcome Back, Kotter was the #1 song in America. It was by former Lovin' Spoonful member John Sebastian.
Nice.
And finally, Sarah, 139 years ago on this day in 1886, Dr. John Pemberton came up with a secret formula for Coca-Cola syrup while cooking over a fire in his backyard. What do you suppose happened?
I have no idea.
There were all kinds of rumors about what was in the original Coca-Cola.
Sugar? Well, I mean, he was a pharmacist or something,
That's
right?
true,
So, I mean, we know it wasn't just sugar water.
So there you go. Those are, remember when they screwed up the formula?
Yeah, they
the
tried
80s?
they tried to sell us new Coke and we weren't having
Yeah.
it. Forget
Get out of
it.
here with that nonsense,
Get out of here
Coke.
with your new Coke. It's probably just a different kind of corn syrup.
Those bumps. Those are your FPBs and OTDs for May the 8th, and we will be back with interviews from Brewing Connections at Schooner Estates, a Lewiston, Auburn Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce event.
Whether you want a sit-down meal or a grab-and-go, Pat's Pizza in Auburn offers delicious sandwiches, pasta, salads, and pizza at family-friendly prices. Pat's Pizza, serving the LA area since 1985. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 85 Center Street in Auburn. Online at patsauburn.com. We are joined here, Mark and I are joined by Corrie Brown of Healthy Androscoggin. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. I've had a cup of tea delivered to me and I'm ready to roll.
Can't get better than that, right?
Yeah. Corrie, would you mind just telling our listeners a little bit about who you are and a little bit about what you do at Healthy Androscoggin?
Awesome. Yes. So I'm Corrie Brown. I am the executive director at Healthy Androscoggin. I have been with Healthy Androscoggin for 9.5 years. I've been the executive director for 5 of those. I started as a substance use and tobacco prevention manager there, and then worked up to executive director. So I really just oversee all of our programming in the community. So we have 5 core programs, including tobacco prevention, substance use prevention, childhood lead poisoning prevention, nutrition education, and physical activity. Wow. We are completely grant-funded programs, so we have a mix of state, federal, municipality, and private foundation funding. So I just oversee all of those programming. And making sure that we are out in the community, we're meeting the requirements of the grant, but most of all, we're affecting our community in a positive way.
Yeah. And you all have been around for a little while, for a hot minute.
Definitely for a hot minute. Been through a lot of different sort of changes. But yeah, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. We started in 1995 as Tobacco Free LA. And it really started when a group of community members, parents, and teachers in schools were really concerned about the youth smoking rates. And they really wanted to do something about it. So they wrote for a grant application, received the grant, became Tobacco Free LA. And then in 2000, when the Maine CDC and DHHS developed the Healthy Maine Partnerships, we received one of those grants. And so we started serving all of Androscoggin County. And so from there we grew and we became Healthy Androscoggin. We are a sister department for Central Maine Healthcare. We are under Central Maine Community Health, so we've been with them since 2001, and they've been a great supporter and partner with us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are doing great things in our community.
Yes.
How do folks access those great things?
So it really sort of depends on the program itself. So for nutrition education, we do a lot of work in schools, but we also target certain populations, like we go to local housing authorities with them. We also do just general education, so you can always, we do like shopping tours. We'll go to Hannaford and do a class at Hannaford. So, and those are all free, so you can find those when we do those classes on our social media. We have both a Facebook and an Instagram, so just search for Healthy Androscoggin. We also just go out in the community. We have a lot of community partners that we'll go and work with, so outside of schools, other community-based organizations, we partner with them doing their work. We also help with the biannual, twice a year.
I think they're both acceptable.
I think we can say, yeah. We'll take
the
either
twice
one.
a year drug take back day, so we'll be out there supporting those things as well. So it really just sort of depends. So for like childhood lead poisoning prevention, we work a lot with landlords and property owners, and usually that's through a program through HUD, so the Housing Urban Development, so we get connected to them there. So it really just sort of depends.
Yeah.
But our Facebook page and our Instagram page are the best way to find out when we're doing community education that's open to the general public.
Yeah, that's amazing. You guys are, it seems like your work here in Maine would be a lot of breaking generational bad habits.
Yeah, we really sort of focus on it in, those factors that affect a person's overall health that is not physical health. So there's been a lot of research and evidence that shows like where you live plays the biggest role in your overall health. And so we're really focusing on those factors. So, housing and transportation and those sort of risk factors and even protective factors. There's things that happen in a community that really protect your health, such as being connected to adults, for youth, or feeling like you're part of a community, things like that. So we really try to focus on those things that don't necessarily have to do with your physical health, but affect your overall health.
Fabulous. People can go to your website, healthyandroscoggin.org, to learn more, or visit your Facebook and Instagram pages.
Correct.
All right. Anything new or special coming up that you want to share with people before we let you head off to network?
We do have our annual meeting next week, and that is Thursday at the Hilton Garden Inn from 5:30 to 7:30. You do need to pre-register, so you can just go to our website or our Facebook page. And so we're really excited about that. We do give out some coalition awards to some community members. We've been doing that for a very long time. And so they'll be announced and given their awards. And then we're also just celebrating our 30th anniversary. So
fabulous.
Yeah.
Thanks for all your hard work and all you do in our community, Corrie. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks. We are talking with Jennifer Billings of Bonney Staffing Center. How are you doing?
Great. How are you guys?
We're good. Just like, we just covered this. This is now being recorded.
Okay, got it.
All right. Well, Jennifer, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at Bonney Staffing, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so I am the business development manager for Bonney Staffing for the Central Maine area, Oxford Hills, a little bit of Sebago, and then we have other business development managers for the North and South regions as well. So I am always looking to meet with business owners and decision makers about what we can do to help them find the right staff for them. So I'm out and about a lot.
You are?
Yeah.
What kind of businesses does Bonney Staffing serve?
So we look for light industrial and clerical work a lot. That's our specialty. But we are servicing everything from fiber optic techs to entry-level administrative work to manufacturing, plant, all the needs, CNC, machinist, everything like that.
Okay. And how would somebody approach you to either become someone that you staff or become someone who goes out to be someone's staff?
So sometimes they come to us by looking up online agencies in the area, and they'll find us that way. I'm out to a lot of these events, so people will see me and hear me talking about Bonney all the time. And sometimes I come to you. So there's lots of different ways to connect.
Mm-hmm. When you go out to businesses, what sorts of questions are you asking to find the right fit?
So I'm asking what they're looking for, first of all, and then I'm kind of asking clarifying questions. Like if somebody says that they need a receptionist, well, that can mean a lot of different things. So do you need someone to just sit there, answer the phone, and direct calls, or do you need somebody that's going to upload documents and do accounts payable and receivable maybe? Maybe it's not just what you think of as a receptionist. So I'm kind of asking a lot of clarifying questions, a lot of cultural questions. What type of person should be in this role? What is your atmosphere like? To get the whole picture of the job.
Yeah.
So when I go back to the team, they know exactly everything that I know and how to make the best fit.
Yeah, because you don't want to put somebody in the position and then find out a week later, oh, they don't have the skill they need or they don't have the right personality for this work. Yeah.
Exactly. One of the questions I like to ask a lot is if you had your choice of a candidate, the perfect unicorn, what would that look like?
Yeah.
And then that really opens up a lot of thought process with them, and then you hear all sorts of things about what they're really looking for. So out of that, we're able to derive, hopefully, the perfect candidate for them.
Yeah. And do you do short-term, long-term, temporary, like covering maternity leaves, or do you just like put somebody in a position and then wonder maybe if they'll stay there? How does that work for people?
So we do all of the above.
Oh, okay.
So we do temp, which a lot of times, like those maternity leaves or maybe short-term projects that you have, we'll do a temp person in there. But temp to hire is really where we thrive. So that's where you get to pick a person and have them work with you for a set amount of hours to see if you really like them before taking them onto your payroll.
Oh, okay.
But we do have direct hire options as well. And out of those options, we have direct hire, quick hire, same thing, different way of getting paid. That's the only thing that means they're right on your payroll. And then we have a payrolling option too, where if you've already found the candidate, or maybe you had the job posted yourself and the candidate came to you, instead of us sourcing for it, you have them, we'll payroll them for you. So we're still taking care of all the administrative costs and all of the risks as well, allowing you to kind of focus on your day-to-day while still kind of testing out that candidate.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
And folks can go to bonniestaffing.com to learn more about the business. Is there a way they can reach out to you directly?
Yes, my direct number is 207-200-2818. That goes right to my work cell. And also my email address is jbillings@bonniestaffing.com.
Fantastic. Anything else you want folks to know about Bonney Staffing before we send you on your way?
Just that if you have used an agency before, and it wasn't the right fit, but you haven't tried Bonney, give us a call. I'd be happy to discuss what may have worked well in the past and what we can do better in the future, and start there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jennifer. We appreciate you.
Locally owned and locally focused, Lydia Media celebrates the heart of the greater Lewiston, Auburn area through 2 magazines, Uncle Andy's Digest and LA Metro Magazine, and the new Lydia's Lunch Bunch podcast. Each production shines a positive light on local businesses, nonprofits, events, and individuals making a difference in our community. Keep your advertising dollars local and position your business in front of your target audience with Lydia Media. Learn more at lydiamediallc.com. We are at Brewing Connections, a Lewiston Auburn Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce event happening at Schooner Estates in Auburn. And we're hanging out with Stephen Smith, owner of Old Dog Technology. How you doing, Stephen?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for joining us this morning. What can you tell us about Old Dog Technology? What's it all about?
Well, Old Dog Technology kind of started out of being in tech for about 20 years and wanting to help the community more than sort of the big businesses that I had been working for previously. And kind of push came to shove. I was let go from my previous job and decided to go out on my own and kind of help the really small business, the 1 to 10, 1 to 15 people, that generally the MSPs like myself, managed service providers, they kind of have a minimum because they need a client that's 5 to 10 people, 10 to 15, and those smaller companies really get left off of the end of things, and then they're kind of just left to hopefully find someone's brother's nephew's cousin.
Right.
People definitely start that way. I definitely did, but it's sort of having that resource, and that's the thing that I've focused on the most is just ask me questions. I'm happy to help. No sort of, nothing behind that. I really just want to help people. If someone paid my salary and paid for my rent for my building, I do this for free.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, really about community, and the chamber and, the other groups in town have definitely helped me grow.
What types of services are you providing?
So on the managed service side, we provide the traditional antivirus, data backup, some of the other security controls around email, things like that. And then on the residential side, we do repair, everything but tablet and phone. We kind of do laptops, desktops, can bring back an old computer from the dead. If you have an old computer in the closet with a drive in it.
I just brought them to recycling because I was like, oh, there's no way that. Oh man, if I had only known about Old Dog technology.
Now you know.
Now I know.
Yeah.
When my next MacBook dies.
Right. Yeah.
Where are you located, Stephen?
I am on Main Street in Lisbon Falls.
And how many people do you employ?
Just myself.
Just
Just
you?
you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. You must
Doing
be a
it
busy
all.
guy.
Definitely. I've become more popular over the last few months after building it. So my 1-year anniversary was the 4th of this month.
May the 4th? Oh.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's great. How'd you get into the tech field?
To be honest, I got really bored in high school, and kind of a few of my friends were really into the technology. They helped our very small school in Livermore Falls that had less than 300 kids for all 4 grades. There was one guy that did all of the tech for all the schools, and they kind of looped me in to help with some refurbishing and some other things, and kind of just went from there. And here we are now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It just took that one guy to see that little spark inside of you and be like, you could do this.
I think he needed my help physically to carry things, and it just kind of went from there. But
Okay, all right. That
definitely-
makes for less of a good story, but okay.
Right.
We'll take it. You can lift heavy things.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah.
Stephen, what's keeping you busy nowadays? What are people calling you for?
A lot of what I do on the residential side are sort of the getting the old computers up and running better. A computer that they've had for 8 or 10 years, the drive's gotten real slow. We replaced that with a newer style drive, and the computer's faster than it was when it was brand new. And then on the managed service side, I've been really, really lucky to do a lot with the community in Lisbon and Lisbon Falls, and I'm really just organizing everything, getting everything up to today's kind of standards, with a managed service contract that they can rely on that same cost every month. That's how much they pay for on-site service, for remote service, for all the tools that we use. It's all the same price, and that's where we've really been focused on, and that's been great for us so far.
Awesome. Are you looking to hire people in the future, or you want to remain a one-man show?
I hope so. Even if it's just someone to be in the office all the time, because that's the hard part of doing residential and business. Because business, if I only focused on that, I could do it out of my basement and or an office in my house, and go to each client site and do that. But with residential, just people coming to my house, bringing their computers, things like that, it just didn't work out, and I don't think I'd have the visibility that I do now with that location on Main Street in Lisbon, and it's really grown that way. So I think that's sort of the best option for right now.
Okay. And where can folks go to learn more about Old Dog?
OldDogTechnology.com, and Old Dog Technology, Instagram, Facebook, all the regular suspects. But yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
No, thank you for having me, and
Sure.
The community's been great, and if you have questions, feel free to reach out.
All right. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Stephen. Stephen Smith, owner of Old Dog Technology, and you can find more info at olddogtechnology.com. And thanks to our sponsors for today, Ruper's Beverage and Redemption and United Piping. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com.
Have a great day. And remember, don't bite your cat. And I will say I have bitten my cat.